Hello everyone. Today we talk about the company is Starbucks. For me, is I'm gonna do the part one is for the research lead, and it's gonna be talk about globalization and political economic system. And for the first one, globalization trade and multi and dimensional localization and cost the dominant and trade for Starbucks in this year, 2026, is hyper-localization. And this is the stage and shift where a global brand and adapt the core business and model to fit the specific its culture, digital and economics and land space of a host country. So the trade and the action, and in 2026, and Starbucks and the transitions and this China operations and into the joint venture with the local private and equally forum and Boyu Capital. And this allowed the capital and to direct this exposure to local competition as well. So the first one and it changes the localized the product and format. So the launching items like the yuzu and blossom and Dubai chocolate pastry, or the ice ubi coconut macchiato, which cater to the flavors and profiles, the Asian and Middle Eastern influence. So for the store format, moving away from the one size fits all coffee. And in high density urban markets, the Starbucks is opening order ahead only, a digital to compete with local low cost, tax driven revolves like Lucky Coffee. So on the question second, the second question, so the political factors. The joint venture is managed as Tata Starbucks. In India, the political and environment often favors the local partnership. So the Starbucks operates in India with the Tata consumer product. Part of the Tata Group is one of the India's most powerful and politically and connected the company. And this partnership is political necessary. And this is an example for the mixed economics, where the government encourages its foreign direct investment as FDI, but often requests as collaborative the Starbucks, collaborative and structures and to ensure the M&E the contributes to the local economy. So we have other part. I have other part for the economic factor, is for the price sensitivity. And while Starbucks is a permanent brand, the economics realized in the India is a massive, high price sensitive middle class. So it's early of 2026. And the company is pulled that the market share over the profitability that is more decreasing. So it took the world's most populous nations in the Starbucks experience now, betting that India GDP per capita raise Maybe those as consumer will graduate to high as margin and experiment drinks. So this reflects economics development stage. And MNE must adjust this pricing and stage to purchasing power parity of the host country and to remain relevant. So the next one is for the part two.
Sorry, hi. I'm Drew, and I'll be talking about the Starbucks culture and ethics analysis. Today, I'll be presenting my cultural and ethic analysis on Starbucks. Starbucks operates in a global market where cultural differences and ethical responsibilities play a major role in success. According to Charles Hill, understanding culture and ethics in is essential for multinational companies to stay competitive. Firstly, I'll discuss the cultural difference of individualism versus collectivism. In individualistic countries like Canada and USA, Starbucks focuses on personalizations and convenience. Customers can customize their drinks, use mobile ordering, and even earn rewards. This works well because people in these independent countries like their personal choice and independence. While in collectivist countries like China, Starbucks adapts its strategy by focusing more on social experiences. Stores are designated for group seating, and the brand is promoted as a place for social gatherings or meetings. They also offer products like tea-based drinks to match local preferences in China. This shows that Starbucks uses a localization strategy instead of a standard global approach. By adapting to local culture, the company improves customer satisfactions and strengthens its brand. Next, I'll be talking about the ethical issue of coffee sourcing. Starbucks sources coffee from developing countries where farmers may face low wages and poor working conditions. To address this, the company introduced its coffee and farmer equity or cafe practices. These programs focus on fair pricing, sustainable farming, and better labor conditions. These efforts reflect corporate social responsibility or CSR, which means businesses should consider the social and environmental impact. However, challenges still exist. It's difficult to monitor global supply chains, and some critics argue that CSR initiatives can sometimes be more about branding than real challenge. Even so, ethical practices are important because unethical behavior can damage a company's reputation and reduce customer trust. To conclude, Starbucks shows how cultural awareness and ethical responsibility are a key to global success. By adapting to different cultures and focusing on ethical practices, the company maintains a strong global presence. However, conditions still need a continuous improvement to ensure these efforts cause any real impact. Thank you.